We are thrilled to have right here on the Rich Eisen Show a longtime friend of the program and a friend in general. He is a member of the Indianapolis Colts as well. So your take on this, Matthew Hasselbeck, I am keen to hear. You have the floor. What are your thoughts on this whole debate in Deflategate, as it's being called?
I'm actually really surprised at how big this thing has gotten. Personally, you know, obviously for the Colts, we don't feel like this had any impact on our game. And we have a tremendous amount of respect for the Patriots, for Coach Belichick, and obviously for Tom Brady. And it's just shocking and almost sad that right before their Super Bowl, something that they have earned, this is, you know, really what everyone, and I mean everyone, is talking about.
Well, it's not just, I think it's two separate issues, Matthew, because I'm in agreement with you that it had nothing to do with the AFC Championship game. But then there's the other issue of just playing by the rules, just flat out doing what everybody else is supposed to do, and either skirting the issue or flat out cheating to avoid it. And in terms of that, we all know quarterbacks are very, walk me through how a quarterback's mindset about the football itself and why it's so important for you to be fully aware of the footballs and them to your liking.
Yeah, it's very important. It's an important piece for quarterbacks. You know, the only people that I think who care more about the footballs would be the kicker, the punter, and the holder, and those guys obviously use different footballs. But I equate it a little bit to the cleats that you choose to wear. Not everybody's the same. Wide receivers, you know, I see some of these guys, they'll wear brand new cleats they've never been worn before, and they wear those in the game. I could never do that. I like a pair of broken-in cleats. You know, you, Rich, you probably like a nice pair of broken-in Salvatore Ferragamo dress shoes before you do the podcast or the show. You know, so it's just a personal preference. You know, when it comes to footballs, you know, the quarterbacks, that's you know, something that some guys are more high maintenance than others. Some guys are pickier than others. But it is an important thing, and I don't know if people realize that. I mean, the football that we use, the Wilson football, it really is the greatest football in the world. But just like a nice dress shoe, it doesn't come ready for game, like ready for, you know, you got to like break it in, so to speak. And much like in baseball, you have a baseball glove, or, you know, these other sports that you have these things. And it's just maybe a side that the public doesn't get to see. But it, you know, it is a part of the sport.
Now, would it really be an advantage to have something 2 pounds per square inch more deflated than legal, in your estimation?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little bit of a personal preference. You know, some quarterbacks for sure would prefer that, for sure. But maybe not everybody would. I remember we'd go up and play Minnesota early in my career when you used the home team's footballs. And it was pretty brutal because Randall Cunningham, he liked his balls a certain way. I don't know how he threw these footballs the way they were, but they were seemingly like close to brand new, very pumped up. But he could chuck it. I mean, he could throw the ball, you know, 80 yards, no problem. So for most people, that would have been a struggle. For him, it was what he preferred.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.